Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Turin here with another Warhammer Total War commentary. So in this match, I'm going to be playing the Greenskins against Bretonnia. So I just paused initially to kind of give you guys a quick rundown of things. So he started off with some very aggressive Vanguard spawns here with some mounted yeoman archers, which was definitely a bit of an issue. I had my Doom Divers just here ready to lay some beat down. So again, I hadn't played against Bretonnia much, so I definitely caught me off guard here. I didn't bring that many archers, which I've learned since are very useful against Bretonnia, especially with all that harass and flying and all that fun stuff. So anyways, here I got a few units of biggins. I got some black orcs in reserves. I got some error boys. I got a big boss, which I don't know, I just like them. They're fun. Then I got some savage orcs in the wings, just cost effective, cheap. Of course, Azog the Slaughter. Who else do you get with orcs? Anyways, so we start here. Right away, I think these guys just start launching some point blank. So I move up. I'm just like, oh man, what's happening here? So I get with these guys here. They just get in there. Yeah, there you go. That's nice. That took out a nice little chunk. So that was definitely solid. I like how they fly after him. That's fun. So he retreats immediately. Right here, we kind of get into a cockfight, but I'm like, oh boy, you know, I'm not used to this. And I think he even did a Pegasus Knight deployment against me here. So this definitely taught me a lesson that against Bretonnia, make sure you bring some archers or, I don't know, some way of dealing with this. Because I just had some error boys, and, you know, Azog definitely gets the beat down here. I know I try and spirit leech him and, you know, do what I can here. But still, this definitely goes badly for me. I think I faded Bajuna those Pegasus Knights. I'm just rapidly clicking all my buttons. In the meantime, you know, he's got, while I'm focusing on that, he's just got these freaking mounted yeoman archers just shooting these big ones here. So that was not fun. Good learning lesson, though. You know, I was like, oh man, what do I do about this? But anyways, I think he routes, and then he doesn't finish him off. He actually dives into the archers, which I was excited about. It gave my units here an opportunity to fight and, you know, get in there. And for some reason, he sends them right into these black orcs, which I think it might have been a mistake. He might have, I don't know, maybe he thought they were error boys or something, but yeah, he brings his King Lewin here into balls deep into these freaking Doom Diver catapults, which was definitely not fun, but hey, you know, what can you do? He's got the mobility. So I get in there and actually try and get us around, but I think he actually peels off, and for some reason I commanded my entire army forward and just kind of left my archers shooting at King Lewin here. It's pretty sturdy. They don't get much done. Still have Azog over here lurking in the corner. I think I start to fly away because he realizes, he's like, oh, he didn't route. So he starts to go after me. So I think I take him for a bit of a lap here, which is always fun. So yeah, that's going on there. So this is a pretty long battle, a lot of skirmishes. So I'll just fast forward a little bit here. So I just slowly move these units up. You know, he just wailed on my savage orcs that I tried to, you know, chase him down with, and of course he's got his cavalry going around just all over the place, and you know, my units are kind of scattered. I got my arrow boys back here, and I left some savage orcs just in reserve because I figured there would be some cheese coming, and also my big boss, I left him there as well to deal with that. I think these two diver catapult guys just got friggin' run over. Brave little guys, and I bring back some black orcs, and I'm like, okay, I gotta deal with that. So this is definitely a lesson in Bretonnian tactics. It was pretty disheartening to look over here and just see this fully assembled Doom Legion just waiting while I'm like, you look at my forces, they're all just like routing and scrambling everywhere, and you know, definitely having Azog get punished like that early caught me off guard, and then, you know, having all these yeoman archers, and you know, all I had was some error boys. You know, granted, they're putting in their work. He comes in here with King Lewin. I don't know why on earth he would fly this guy in here and take shots. I mean, he has such an advantage here, but he flies him in here. And then, of course, brings around these Knights of the Realm. I think he's just trying to pick up my air boys so he can just have complete dominance for range. And then he's just running laps over here. I think I have my Goblin. I think I have the Goblin Big Boss just chasing him down. And see, the Big Boss is already shaken, or at least he was shaken. The Lord's dead, so he's not happy about that. So I realized, like, why am I advancing? I should just secure my back line here. So I just pull everything back, and you know, I'm like, okay, maybe if I can get his general somehow and clean up these yeoman archers with whatever haggard forces I have left, you know, his Knights of the Realm are at least broken. So those savage orcs mixed in there did pretty good at handling them, actually, for such a cheap unit. Anyways, he's got Got King Lewin just pimping over there, just flying away, just enjoying the scenery, while his Knights of the Realm just ravage my Savage Orcs here. So that's always fun. So yeah, so I'm pulling back. Fast forward a little bit. Definitely a slow point in the battle. So again, just perpetual skirmishes. You know, occasionally he'll actually charge in there and try and do some damage here, which I think ends up costing him more than he gets. The Orc Airboys are surprisingly tough in melee. So I just reformed my ranks. I'm just trying to get my bearings. My Lord's gone. He's still got his Lord just trolling around in the wings there, which is definitely the way to do it. I think he actually picks off some units who are laying around. So anyways, just reforming ranks here. Yeah, as you can see, I'm pretty darn beat up. You know, all my units are in pretty bad shape, but one thing to consider is I still do have fairly healthy Black Orcs. I got a group of 60 here and 51 here. You know, if you look back there, he's got just mostly men-at-arms and, you know, weak infantry. So it's not as bad as it looks, which is pretty bad. Yeah. Anyways, so he's just still trolling at me. I don't know. I think I was sending these Airboys out to just kind of zone these guys out. And then finally he brings his Lord around, who somehow, I guess he has regeneration, but he healed quite a bit. So he's coming in with this front line, and he's got the freaking trebuchets. I didn't even notice those earlier. I suppose those were probably raining some damage. So I reform my ranks, get the goblin. I think I have a big boss here. I thought I could have sworn he was on a mount. Maybe I had two of them. That's what it was. So he flies Lewin in here, and I'm just like, hallelujah. So I get in there, and I also have the goblin big bosses, which do pretty decent damage. He runs on through and flies through these Airboys, and I'm just like, all right, so let's just Zerg this guy. Let's chase him. I think that's my one chance of, you know, pulling this one out of the dumpster is just bringing the Zerg ball, the Black Orcs. Then look how fast those little goblin big bosses are. He gets in there and starts poking him. At this point, I think he tries to escape, but this guy just sticks right on his back. I definitely like having at least one of these, especially against mobile factions. Look at this. He's just right on him, just giving him the spider. And then he starts running towards these Black Orcs. He's like, oh man, I got to run the other way. So got the Airboys, what's left of him. I think he gets caught out of the air here. I can't. Yep. There he goes. Definitely a rough way to go. But hey, now I think he still has quite a bit of an advantage, but I'm feeling a little more confident now. So right now I'm just like, all right, well, you know, he still has a ton of these peasant archers, and they're just going balls deep on my infantry. So I'm just kind of like, all right, well, the organization's kind of out the window, so let's just throw the death ball at him, see what happens. His mounted yeoman archers are broken, but something I've noticed about the few Bretonnia games I've played is often their units will break, and you'll see that as a theme throughout this match. So let's fast forward here, because this is just pretty trudging for sure. So I got the big boss around here. I figure he's fairly expendable on his little spider. He's put in a lot of work already. So he sets up his post here. I bring in the big boss over here to just start trolling that thing, and then I just get these Black Orcs in. I'm like, all right, it's time for business. But as you can see, he has a pretty sweet operation going on here. He's just decimating these guys, but Black Orcs are just so sturdy that they're able to take that. But I get in here, get a pretty cool little combat here. These Black Orcs, look how giant they are. They're so freaking cool. Yeah, so that guy, oh man, that guy just got wrecked. So anyways, yeah, so we're in here on the front line, and I think I have a few Airboys and just doing their thing over there. I think there's like 10 of them left. And check out this. I got this whole group of Black Orcs that are in really good shape. This group just broke, but they'll come back later. But again, his spearmen and everything is just the Bretonnian infantry. I mean, you know, again, he played it right. He came in harassed, was super aggressive, and kind of had me pinned. But finally, when I'm able to get up on him, I'm able to get in there and just put in some work, you know. So these spearmen are not going to hold up against this healthy unit of Black Orcs. So you'll notice that a lot of his units start breaking, but then they just pause back here and they start shooting again. It's almost like they're just skirmishing. Very, very tough to deal with for sure. I mean, especially considering how worn down I was. Also, another big mistake is I didn't bring cavalry to this fight. That was a huge mistake. I should have brought some Orc Boy Biggins. I think that would have just won me this fight. But so these Black Orcs, I bring them. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to surround these guys. Their Lord's dead. They have low leadership as is. I just get in here and they start routing. So at this point, you probably are like, hey, the Greenskins are probably going to win, right? So yeah, completely wrong. So, you know, I start laying the beat down, but my Black Orcs are slow, and you see all these guys on the wings over here? Like they just come back. So I'm bringing back my reserves to try and chase them down, and he kind of like starts spreading out his archers and just whittling down my guys. which was pretty intense for sure. It was cool to see. Definitely learned a lot, and you know, I've been playing this game about a week or so, so got some stuff to learn for sure. This I think this was a big boss. Yeah, he did a lot of work. He just comes in here and like chases off all these units. I should have just kept him on these bowmen, but these black orcs come across. He kind of reforms his ranks here. You know, most of my biggins got decimated. These guys actually were broken, and then they just kept cycle breaking, so I couldn't do much with them. But see, so I get in here with these black orcs, and this other group over here just gets decimated by his peasant bowman, just has to flee. And then these black orcs, it's pretty much just this group of black orcs, and then the big boss who's in his archers. I was able to get it in the archers, and this guy's just MVP this game. Definitely a trooper. He's exhausted, he's shaken, he's still not giving up, just putting in mad work. So I'll fast forward. So these black orcs are just freaking like meat grinding these guys. Like, look at them, just 41, 40, and these guys are just going down like it's nothing. But the problem is those freaking, now that the floodgates are open, those peasant archers just get balls deep in them right there, and oh man, it was tough for sure. So they keep fighting, and look at these peasant. I was surprised these spearmen at arms held up this long, but you know, I had the big boss in there, so the arrow fire wasn't as bad. But then these guys who had routed started shooting again. I was like, God, man, I'm just chasing them in circles. So these black orcs actually started to rout here. So pretty much it was just this guy right here, just the trooper. Look at him go. He just gets in there and freaking just puts it in that guy. All right, so here we go. So he's just fighting to the death, and it's funny because everything he has is wavering or shaken, and I was like, can this guy do it? But no, and those black orcs over there just were so exhausted and so slow. You know, there wasn't much to be done there. So lesson of this game against Bretonnia: definitely bring more archers, bring more mobility. That would be my pro tips. Do not bring as much artillery. That was an absolute waste. If I just brought some more archers or some orcwoid biggins, I think I would have had a field day, flanking and being effective here. But look at that, 97 kills on that guy. Man, that was pretty sweet. Well, thanks again for watching. Good game to Alakian. That was an awesome one. I had a lot of fun. Hope to see you on ladder again. And thanks again for watching, everybody, and have an excellent day.